Hey, what is up guys? I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. I thought it'd be a good idea to interact with you guys a bit and read off some of your comments. About a month ago I asked you guys to send me any questions you'd like me to answer, and today we're going to answer a few of them. I apologize in advance if your question doesn't get answered, but this won't be the last time I'll be doing something like this. I also apologize for losing my voice, that's why I sound a little different. Alright, let's begin. I'll be answering the most upvoted comments in order. Are you naked, or is that a very form-fitting suit? Now, you see, the concept of being naked has always really been a human thing. You don't see a cat and say it's naked, you know? Seems to be an exclusively human thing to want to put clothes on. So since I'm not human, we measure up to different standards. So no, I don't have a form-fitting suit. From 1 to 10, what is your favorite color of the alphabet? Hey, you fucks! Asking troll questions like this is simply wasting the time of people who want to get an actual question in. Come on, I can't answer this question. It's 5. Worst creationist or flat earth argument you've ever seen. This may be due to recency bias, but that argument that D. Marble put out about what is gravity fighting is probably one of the dumbest arguments I've ever heard. However, remember that doesn't mean any of the other arguments are good. They're all terrible and flat earthers should feel bad for making them. As for creationist arguments, the worst argument by far is the argue their argument. Like, bitch, no, I'm not fucking 4 billion years old. Not everything requires us to physically see it for us to prove something happened. How do you know so much? You cover so many different branches of science. Did you study anything in particular, or are you just some genius who likes to spill the tea? First of all, thank you for thinking I'm a genius. Although I'm by no means a genius. I'll tell you a secret. All you have to do is speak really fast so that people don't know what the hell you're saying. And then make sure you speak confidently so they're more inclined to think you know what you're talking about. And I bet you just believe what I said because I just did that. But no, for real though, I studied biology in university, so that's where I got my biology and chemistry knowledge from. I'm not nearly as well versed in, say, physics, so when we talk about things like the physical universe, it can be pretty difficult for me. This is also true for other topics such as climate science. For the majority of my biology videos, I can pull information straight from my head most of the time. Like when we're talking about cancer and I'm telling you about oncogenes and tumor suppressors, I can write the script fairly quickly. But when we're talking about a topic I'm less familiar with, I have to do research, and that can eat up a lot of time. Luckily, my experience with science has made it easier for me to pick out good sources and to read the papers better, but it still takes a decent amount of time and effort. Educational channels pretty much all have to do research before putting out their information. I'm not a genius, and I'm not just someone who has knowledge on all branches of science. The majority of it comes down to how adept you are at finding good information. And after 3 years of doing this, I'd say I've gotten okay at it. Don't forget also that a lot of people I respond to are low-hanging fruit, flat earthers. So anyone who has went to middle school can make a good response. Have you ever debated a flat earther or anti-vaxxer in public? Haha, bold of you to assume I go outside. What is the public? I do not compute. You're telling me there's a world outside my bedroom? No, I haven't debated a flat earther or anti-vaxxer in public. The most I've debated in public is probably politics. If I see a flat earther or anti-vaxxer preaching something in public, I just automatically think it's not worth my time. Like, I'd rather go home and watch paint dry than to debate one of them. No, actually watching paint dry sounds pretty terrible. What is your daily job and does it imply science? I'm glad you asked this because I just started a master's program in bioinformatics. Yay! Well, actually, I'm recording this a month in advance, so if I somehow change my mind or if a car hits me and I can't attend graduate school, then I guess I'm not doing the master's, but so far that's the plan. For those of you who don't know what bioinformatics is, it's basically just using computers to solve biological problems, such as DNA or protein sequencing. Or it could also be on the side of computers where you develop algorithms for biologists to use. Or it could also be statistical analysis. Of course, this is a very broad field, so it also depends on what the person is doing. What do you think about the multiverse theory? Do you think it's plausible? So far it doesn't have conclusive evidence yet, but I'm very willing to believe it's plausible. I'd like to think there's a universe out there where I'm funny. Why are you so sexy? Oh, stop it you. You're making me blush. How does your neck support your massive head? Good question. You see, it doesn't support my head. Rather, my head supports the rest of the body. Yep, I'm actually doing a headstand and the camera is upside down. Should weather reports be in Kelvin? Yes, but only after subtracting 273.15 degrees. Can we fix global warming by flipping the flat earth over so it's like the cool side of the pillow? Yes, absolutely. However, as flat earthers would say, it'd be quite difficult to live upside down. We need to ask the Australians how they're so good at it. Best flat earth argument. None of them are good, but if I had to choose the best one, it'd probably be, oh look, the ground looks flat. Who created the handsome stick I see in every video? Ah, you flatter me. I was created by some loser who thought it'd be cool to use a talking stick figure to get into pointless arguments on the internet. That and a computer with a video editing software. Yep, nothing special here. I do appreciate the flattery though. What factually incorrect mindset do you think is the biggest threat to humanity? If we're talking short term, then I'd say it's something like alternative medicine. There are still far too many people spewing this nonsense and literally putting other people's lives at danger when they decide not to seek actual medical help. But in the long run, I do think that anthropogenic climate change deniers are the biggest threat. We're not heading towards a pretty future. Denying proven science is not skepticism. Future generations are going to have to deal with problems we create today, and unless we significantly reduce our carbon emissions, we're going to be met with many problems, such as food and land shortages, higher storm intensities, and shifting wildlife populations. It's not good. Who is your favorite scientist and why? What inspired you to do YouTube? By favorite scientist, do you mean favorite public speaker scientist? In that case, it'd probably be Richard Dawkins. But if it's any scientist, then I do know a lot of them, and many of them are very cool people. They're just not famous or anything. I won't be saying their names here though. As for what inspired me to do YouTube, my story is actually pretty lame. At the time, I was doing some teaching assistant work, and I did some tutoring on the side as I was in university. Due to some bullshit that happened with the tutoring organization, I got angry and left. But then, that created a hole inside me that had to be filled. What am I going to do with this extra time? Why not make some educational debunking videos online? And that's exactly what I did. Yep, it's a pretty lame story. I did originally intend this channel to be focused entirely on creationism and religion though. I never thought I'd branch out so much into other fields of science, so that's pretty cool. I also did not expect to even pass 1K subscribers. What do you think is the underlying cause for so many people questioning things like whether the earth is flat or not, or how vaccines are bad, how global warming is a hoax, etc.? What makes people question socially established notions backed by verifiable experiments? Yes, this is something I don't think there's a definitive answer for. On one hand, I do want to say it's the flawed education system. However, I don't want to jump to that immediately since it's a very broad statement. How could we improve our education system to pull people out of the void of conspiracy theories? My answer to that is to teach a basic level of science no matter what field the student is looking to go into. And we're not talking about middle or high school science. See, basic science taught in schools just tells people the facts. This is this and that is that. This is how that works. But I think we need to at least introduce people to the process of scientific thinking. If you think in a scientific way, you're less likely to believe in conspiracy theories, since those are generally not backed up by evidence. So just teaching scientific knowledge isn't enough. Everyone should at least have a dose of scientific thinking. Perhaps it's the lack of that has turned so many people into conspiracy theorists. However, at the same time, I feel like the United States suffers significantly more compared to other developed countries. Why is that the case? I honestly can't say. What do you think? How did you become a shill for Big Globe? Can I apply to become one too? I need the money. Yeah, it's very easy to become a Globe shill. Good money too. All you have to do is call NASA and ask for the application. You do have to say the code word though, Globe shill. The application process is pretty easy. It's online, and once you submit it, they ask you to come for an on-site interview. Once you do that and get approved, you just need to submit a $1,500 deposit and wait for a I am proud to be a Globehead badge to arrive in the mail. Once you get that, you're good to go. The paychecks come in bi-weekly and is enough to buy a new car every 3 months. What is your opinion on the afterlife? I personally don't see any reason to believe an afterlife exists right now, but like most other people, I do hope there is one. Isn't the thought of going into an afterlife where you live forever kind of appealing? I don't know. I don't want to die, But so far there isn't any evidence for such a thing, so I will live my life to the fullest under the assumption that this is the only life I get. Do you enjoy cream cheese bagels? Yes, but I try not to eat too many of them. Otherwise, I'll become a real American. Alright, seriously, why are you guys so perverted? All you think about is sex. Why don't you think about something important for once? Like, why does our ability to proofread emails drastically improve after we send them? Do you have 2D viruses and bacteria? In your world, are you resistant to pathogens? Yes, there are no viruses or bacteria here. The stick universe is superior in every way, shape, or form. Rate these subjects from best to worst. Biology, chemistry, physics, and math. Ah yes, very interesting. I would say biology first, then chemistry, then math, and finally physics. Jesus, I hated studying physics. You have like 10 bajillion equations. Math is alright. Working with numbers has actually been a strong field of mine. Chemistry is interesting, but a lot of it was simply pure memorization. Biology is the best because, it's biology. Hehehe. Is the Earth a dinosaur? No. Thoughts on the United States still using the Imperial system? Not a fan. Everyone should just switch to metric. Like I'm here trying to use kilometers per hour instead of footballs per obesity squared and people give me weird looks. How much longer do you think the human race will survive? 10 years, because that's when the sticks come to invade your universe. In your opinion, what is the field of science that will or has had on humanity as a whole? What? Do you watch anime? Yes, I've actually gotten more into it in the recent year. For the vacation I had a month ago, I actually went with a bunch of friends to Anime Expo. It was fun. Probably will go again next year. What is your day job and do you enjoy it more or less than YouTube? Yeah, I should be in a bioinformatics master's program by the time this video is released. Actually, I'm still deciding between 2 schools and one of them starts later, so I don't know. I can't imagine it being more enjoyable than YouTube. Recording, editing, and making videos is like the dream job. But unfortunately, YouTube has really been screwing me over lately, and that was a wake-up call telling me that this will never be sustainable in the long run. What degrees do you have? I have a bachelor's in biology. Is it true that if you see a star or planet millions of light years away, you are seeing the past of it? Yep, that is true. If a star is, say, 100 million light years away, you're seeing 100 million years into the past, because that's how long it took for that light to reach your eyes. The sun itself is about 8 light minutes away, so if you ever wanted to look into the past, just stare into the sun. Don't actually do that, it'll damage your eyes. Was there anything in particular that made you drawn to a particular scientific field? Like, was there a part of it that fascinated you, or did you just happen to enjoy it? I found my field in biology in high school. I just simply enjoyed that class more than others, and during the time I was determined to be a doctor, so I went into university under a biology major. I did end up getting into medical school, but I declined the offer after years of losing interest. Anyway, nothing particularly drew me to biology. Perhaps it was my high school teacher that really made it interesting for me. I also got to know my now ex-girlfriend during that time, and we connected mostly through our biology classes. There wasn't a specific event that got me into it, I just slowly built up interest in the field over time. Have you ever met a science denier like anti-vax, flat earth, or any of the other bunch? Honestly, yes, but not many. Most of my encounters with them are online. I mean, it's not every day that you go outside and meet someone that would just randomly mention that they think the earth is flat, you know? But many of you guys have also messaged me on Discord telling me that a family member or a friend is anti-vax or believes the earth is flat. Thank you for sharing those stories with me. So now I have an idea on what kind of people they are in real life. What is your least favorite type of conspiracy theorist? They're all pretty bad. Probably those people who claim that doctors are not actually curing you because they're milking money. That's pretty bad. We don't want people to lose their trust in doctors. Other than that, I do despise people who deny man-made climate change in general, especially those who claim that it's a lie to make more money in the renewable energy business. Like, what the hell? Has any of your debunking or reply videos ever caused you any problems in real life from a content creator? I know it starts online, but has it ever moved into your daily personal life, and how did you respond or handle it? Thanks for the time, I really enjoy your content, keep it up. Thank you. The only people who know about my channel are my friends and family. I haven't told anyone outside of that, and I do plan to keep it a secret as much as possible. I most likely will never announce who I am or show what I look like on this channel. Don't expect that to happen anytime soon, because the last thing I want is people sending me death threats because of the things I say online. This is also the primary reason I didn't participate in faithless forums. Yes, I know, I'm a coward. You can call me a coward if you want, but I'm not taking any risks. Because of my anonymity, I haven't had many problems in real life due to my channel. At most, I would have my friends talking about my channel, maybe some would judge me. Not all of them agree with what I say, nor do all of them enjoy the type of content I make, but whatever, I'm not here to please everyone. How would you solve climate change? Easy, kill all the humans. Back in the stick universe, we're not warming the planet. Seems to be a human problem, so you just gotta kill all of them, you know? Snap your fingers. Bye-bye humans. No, for real though, we would need large-scale government regulations. But it's not just going to be one policy that will solve the problem. We need to do a combination of things, such as develop better technologies, switch to renewable energy sources, upgrade infrastructure, and most importantly, kill all the human beings. There's so much we could do, and there's so much we need to do. I don't want to wake up when I'm 80 years old going like, oh dang, it's 60 fucking degrees outside and the grocery store doesn't have any food. Come on, I want to die peacefully knowing we left this world intact for future generations. What are your thoughts on Article 13, and do you think it will affect you? I'm not a fan of Article 13, I think it's just dumb. But at the same time, I don't think it'll affect as much as people make it out to be. But considering the worst case scenario, my channel could be just deleted by YouTube. So before that, I would need to make a second channel so you guys know where to find me if I disappear one day. Obviously, that's the worst case scenario, so I don't think it'll come down to that. Maybe it's time to make fucking family-friendly unboxing videos. Alright, that's the end of the video today. I apologize again if your question wasn't answered, but I'll do this again in the future. I'm also thinking about a live stream where you guys can chat with me on whatever topic you like. For now, I shall go sleep and dream of sheep. Bye.